Move!
They thought this was gonna be a street fight.
You waiting for it, Darrell.
Go!
Fast and the Furious Crossroads is developed by Slightly Mad Studios and published by Bandai Namco. The game starts off, you're playing as Vienna and Cam, who are mechanics going around trying to find cars to fix up. When Vienna's boyfriend, I believe, comes into money trouble, Vienna turns back to car racing, which apparently she had before, but now she doesn't do it anymore. But now she's back to doing it because money troubles. And one thing leads to another, and you meet Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez, and things go all nuts. The story is shit. And I'm pretty certain that the loading screen as you open the game can sum this game up for me better than I can. There's so many issues with this game that I don't even know where to begin. But let's begin with the awkward jump cuts. There's so many awkward jump cuts from level to level that doesn't even make any sense. One second you're in Barcelona, the next second you're in New Orleans. You don't even know how the fuck you got there. Why are you there? Where's the explanation of why you are there? You're just there. And I think this game really suffers from the fact that you never leave your car. I know it's a racing game, driving game, but like they just skip huge things. There was this one scene where they're like, we need to do this, we need to go steal this car. And then out of fucking nowhere, we're in the car, in the building. We didn't have to like case the joint or anything. We were just in the building, in the fucking car. This huge jump cut that skips so much shit. And I don't know why, that's just a terrible design decision in my opinion. That's just awful. These jump cuts to these places, so you don't even know what happened in between, is just ridiculous.
Letty and I have a mutual friend back in Miami.
If we're gonna rob the Taraco, we're gonna need some rides that can't be traced.
What? What world am I in right now? What is happening? Another issue I have with the game is the pedestrian vehicles that you run into. You can run into them head on. They're like tin cans. They fly over your vehicle. They fly out of the way. They fly up into the air. You're not driving a tank. You're driving a normal fucking vehicle. So there's literally no realism to the pedestrian vehicles. They didn't even try. They didn't try at all. They're like, there you are. They're there to try to kind of get in your way when you're driving, but they don't actually get in your way because you hit them and they can just go flying. So why even put pedestrian vehicles in the game? You might as well have just said fucking forget it, because obviously they didn't fucking care. We just crushed that bus like a fucking can. Another glaring weakness in the game is the graphics. I don't know how in year 2020, published by a AAA company, how a game could look like PS2, early PS3 graphics, but somehow Slightly Mad Studios and Bandai found a way to pull it the fuck off. This game looks awful. I don't know how they got Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, and Tyrese into this game. I'm assuming money, because that's where all the money had to have fucking gone. All the money had to have gone in getting them to be fucking in it. Because it definitely wasn't put into the graphics of the fucking game, because it looked shit. And how a game can look this shit, and you can charge $60 fucking for it, and think that's okay. That's cool. A 5-hour fucking game that looks like a huge dog turd, and you're charging $60 fucking for it. Why? What's the point? I got it. Cash grab. Are we going back to movie license games? Is that what we're doing back the Green Lanterns and all this shit-ass Activision Spider-Man games? Is that what we're doing? We're going back to this movie license garbage so you can fucking get a cash grab out of the Fast and Furious license as new movies keep being made? That's probably fucking it. Bandai Namco has not had a good year between One Punch Man, My Hero, One Justice, and now this, amongst other games. They have not had a good year. They're just shitting out games at this point. They don't care how they look. Just release them. We'll make money off of it because Fast and Furious. We'll make money off of it because My Hero. We'll make money off of it because One Punch Man. We'll make money off of it because Dragon Ball. They're just pushing out fucking games, just shitting them out, and just hoping people buy them so they can make money off of the nothing that they created. And that's what this game is. It's fucking nothing. And unshockingly enough, you better fucking believe that this game has bugs. My bad, sir.
Take a left on Dwyer.
That's okay, don't pull me over, it's cool. Oh my god, it's fine. Oh my god! He's flying! It's okay, everyone. Everyone, the cop's on a rampage. To be fair, would you fucking pay attention? Do you see what's happening? There was a train driving across sand for a good quarter of a mile.
Oh my god! I got you! We'll get caught! I can't get close enough to those sentry guns to disable them.
I got an idea.
Of course you guys would get the best bullets.
I'm done. So let's talk about the driving of the game, because that's a lot of the focal point of this game. Since you are in your car the entire game, they skip, other than a cutscene, they skip anytime. You're definitely never walking around free roaming. It's all driving linear path. Like, this game is very linear. You're always in your vehicle. It's your basic driving game. But the driving in the game, and you kind of saw some of it when I was showing crashing through the vehicles and stuff like that, so we've already gone over that. But you kind of do slide all over. They want you to use your e-brake and kind of like Tokyo drift your way through all these races. But your car the handling on the car isn't very good. You're going to do more sliding and slamming into walls, but it doesn't really slow you down when you slide and slam into walls. So you're going to use the slamming into walls technique to actually do things more so than driving normally. Because first off, driving normally is almost impossible because of how the handling is. And also, you don't really lose much momentum by sliding and crashing and keep going. So the driving isn't the most fun. It's not the worst driving I've ever seen in a game. That crown goes to Ride to Hell Retribution, but it's definitely not what you would want from a racing game. And from a company that does mostly racing games with Project Cars, you would think they would have this down a little bit more pat. But, I mean, they just don't really. The combat of the game is it's very basic. If I was using an Xbox controller, so it's LB when you're driving to slide into the car to your left, RB to slide into the car on your right. And you do that enough time, it'll blow the car up in like this Fast and the Furious style, or not Fast and Furious, but the Need for Speed style slow-mo watching the car roll thing, which is fine. You have the combat where you can have each character has their own thing. So one character has like rockets on their vehicle, another person has the spiked wheels where wheels come out and you run up alongside of something and you can take out the tires. Cam has the ability to hack vehicles and shut them down. One person's car has a harpoon gun, which I think it's a harpoon gun. I don't know. And you mash X and then it pulls you closer to them or something. Don't know how that one works. They were reaching. But so does the Fast and Furious series, so you really can't be mad at that. But I just, even though it has its moments, this game does have nice set pieces in certain points, and that's one thing I can give the game, is they do have some nice set pieces here and there. The biggest issue is when the rest of the game is so poorly put together, when the rest of the game is so much nothing. When you have one or two set pieces, it doesn't matter. And then when the set pieces make zero fucking sense, like the train you saw in the clip where it looked like it was driving on nothing but sand for a good mile. Eventually you saw the railroad track as you kept going, but it looked like it was a train driving on nothing but sand for like a mile. And some other stuff that happened throughout the game, these set pieces, and a lot of them just didn't make sense. Like, logically, it was just set pieces to be set pieces. There was no logical sense to any of it. So I wasn't, like, caring. It was more hilarious. It was more laughing at the fact that this shit is happening than it was actually enjoying it and saying how cool it was. Because, one, you couldn't enjoy it because the graphics were so bad. There was times when you were in fog, and the fog just looked awful. It just looked awful. It made the game look even worse graphically than it already was. And so when you have all these things working against you, it's hard to make those set pieces work. And in this game, they really didn't, which is a shame because with a higher budget, with a longer development time, maybe they could have put even more into the story. Maybe they could have done something with it. But they just weren't able to do that here. So I multiple times tried to play the multiplayer driving, so I can review that. I'm sure it's just the story driving, but in multiplayer. But I tried multiple times. The most I could get somebody into my party was one person. I sat there forever, and the most I could get into my party was one person, so the game never started. So the multiplayer in this game, while new, seems to be dead on arrival because it wasn't even filling up day one. It wasn't even filling up the lobbies day one. So I could say that the multiplayer is dead. This game is already dead. And it's probably what it deserves, because if you're charging full price for this, that's probably what you deserve is your shit to not be bought. Do not buy this game. It's not worth being bought. Obviously, people aren't buying it, except for my dumbass, because no one is playing the multiplayer. Nobody is playing the story. And I think maybe that's something. Maybe people are buying the game. They're like, they played the story, and they're just like, I don't want to play this multiplayer. This game is fucking shit. Why would I play the multiplayer after playing this shit-ass story? But I wasn't able to get a hold of any multiplayer gameplay. I wasn't even able to even enter a game because literally nobody is playing it. So that's my review of the multiplayer. No one's playing it. So now it comes down to the final score. I never really thought this game was much good all the way through. It really sets you off graphically. It really sets you off how abruptly it starts. Like, it starts you mid chase. Like, it doesn't even set anything up. It just starts the game mid chase, so it doesn't get off to a very good start. Graphically, like we said, it's pretty bad. The combat is kind of basic. It's fine. There's some nice set pieces in there. The jump cuts that are in the game that just jumps from scene to scene all over the place. The story really never does have any cohesion. The glitches that you find throughout the game did crash on me one time, which isn't a lot, but when it's a 5-hour game, I guess it's not a good ratio. You don't want a game to crash at all, but it crashed on me, and my computer's pretty good, so that was a legit crash. And the cars just being tin cans. Really, there wasn't no much attention to detail put in this game at all. Like, I was leaning towards a 3, but the issue I have with it is they charge full price. They charge full price for this game. It doesn't even come close to being full price game. Even if they charged $30, it would be overpriced. But the fact that they charge full price and they thought that was a good price to put the game at when they put out this pile of shit, it has to get a 2 out of 10. This game just never did anything right? Even when I felt like they had nice set pieces, I don't even feel like those were done right, because they were done so ridiculously that it was more funny than exciting, like I said before. So this game had some potential if they put some time and effort into it. They just didn't do it. And I don't know if that's on Bandai or if that's on the developers, but whoever it's on, if they ever decide to make another Fast and Furious, they got to put a better effort into it than this, because this is just garbage. It looked garbage in the trailer, but I gave it the benefit of the doubt to give the game a chance, because every game deserves a chance, and it lived up to that trailer, which is garbage. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button. If you enjoy the content we've been putting out more reviews, playthroughs, podcasts. If you enjoy that, please subscribe. I would appreciate it. We would all appreciate it. But other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye, guys.
They wanna see me fail.